Hello YouTube fans, this is Wolverine X and I'm bringing you a video on Oversized Solid Color Sqweeks, solid color version. This is from Wei Jiang. It is also MW-002 Robot Force. The box art shows a really handsome Sqweeks. Saved me a lot of trouble and arguments when my wife said it was okay you spent 30 bucks. He looks really cute for you to have. The side of the box art here, same picture as the front. And then the back, of course, the obligatory product shots. Now, I will say, there's another video out there with the not solid color version, and it looks just like the Hasbro version, except oversized. It doesn't look nearly as nice as the even textured colors and spread out colors as the box art. So you will get one that looks like smeared poo when you do order the regular one, because that's what it looks like when you buy it from Hasbro. They'll just oversize it and that's what you'll get. But the solid color version, I must say, is super nice. So without further ado, we're going to get into it with you. Now, here I have him set up with several other figures. I have the oversized Bumblebee up here, the regular Bumblebee, the Masterpiece Bumblebee. I've got Cup. I've got the Orion Pax molded after Cup, already transformed, MP10V, and MPP10. I do not own a Masterpiece Optimus Prime because MPP10 and MP10V honestly have better quality than the Hasbro or Takara release, or whichever company did it. The chest closes in better. I do see that I have Optimus there mistransformed. Give me a second. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I've done that twice now. I've set them up like that. I think I've got goblins in my house transforming stuff and leaving it for me. Oh, he looks taller too. How about that? Okay, so this is what we want to look at. Those solid color Sqweeks. He doesn't scale with anything. I love him. He's beautiful. He doesn't have the weird poo smears on him. Now, I will say the product shots on the eBay listing, the eyes are solid colored also, just like the body and helmet and things like that. And I almost ordered two just so I could, take the eyes off of one and put it on the other. So when I opened it, I was very excited that I didn't get, one with the ugly solid color eyes that they show. They actually took a moment and put in the translucent eyes because they do look way better. Now, I will put them next to a regular scaled figure. He's huge. I'll put this guy right in front of him. He's huge. And get these guys out of the way. Let me get Bumblebee in there. Now, he might be okay scale Bumblebee, but really, he should be much smaller still. So I'm almost, and that's MPP10 there. I'm going to back this up a little bit. Almost in the belief that the regular Hasbro release, which I don't own yet because I didn't want to overpay for it, on Amazon. I wanted to wait until it was store release or Amazon had it for the 15 bucks it should be. Then MP10V here, about the same height as the upscale Bumblebee. I didn't want to overpay for it, so I don't have it for comparison. I really wanted to do that, but I see there was no other reviews on the solid color upscale version, so I really wanted to get this on here for you. But let me get these guys out of the way, and without further ado, we'll show you some other things here. So obviously, things you want to know the differences in. His gun here does have some paint on it, which is nice. It is still that rubbery plastic everybody has talked about. I mean, I can feel it. You can push it, you can move it. This kind of looks loose up here, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to be pulling on that a whole lot and things like that. If it comes apart, I'm sure a little glue will fix it right up. But it does have a silver highlight, which I didn't see on the store release anywhere from any of the videos that I watched. And his little extra arm is also rubbery. That's rubbery. It's still cool looking. No extra paint or anything like that, just all black. Cool deal. Cool deal there. Also, oh yeah, I stuck this up here so I could find it real quick. We got his other arm. These are not super tight when they go in there. They're hard to get in there, but they come out super easy. Try not to tear this up, just so I can do it on video. I like my toys. I like to display them and play with them. I like to transform them over and over again, and I keep them for a long time. This is my little buddy here. He is really cool looking. If you notice, instead of just black, he does have gray handlebars up here. It kind of helps it blend in more. Hold on just one moment. I know you're thinking, I wish this guy would just get on with the video. But it's okay. Anyway, gray versus the black. Right down there. Okay, so let me take off the backpack if I can, real quick. I'll point out a couple extra features. Now, I've only transformed this thing a couple times before getting to this video. I'm gonna just close this up. I want to show you the sheer size of just this pack. See the pack? Masterpiece Bumblebee. It's a size comparison there. Another size comparison. It's pretty freaking big for what's supposed to be one of the most tiny Transformers you're supposed to be able to get. And I know they'll probably come out with one of those little tiny scale deals. But yeah, I'm gonna twist them around. Solid color. It's really nice. I was really wanting this pretty badly. And Wei Jiang, I'm extremely happy. It's very nice. It came out exactly how I wanted to see it. Now, I'm going to get him transformed. I'm going to go ahead and pull off his little arm pieces. His little chest is metal. It's heavy. There might be a couple other metal pieces on there, but that's all I really noticed. So we're going to pull back his head. And don't freak out if it's not, oh, that's not how the instructions say to do it, because I'm just going to do it the way I can do it. I'm going to do it as quickly as I can. Okay, so open his little legs up here. They do say go ahead and this isn't like a pull out, push in pin. This is on a whole assembly in there, if you can see it. That you're, see the assembly, that's what you're pulling in and out. It's not a pin that they want you to pull out and twist. So you pull it out, twist it around, and there's a tab in there. Yeah, there's a tab in there at the bottom, and there's a tab in there, and it's actually gonna maybe I should turn around the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, there's a tab. You can see the tab now. Tab goes in there. It's going to lock in. It is locking in. It's locking in. It's locking in. Locked in. So, I'm going to, you want to pull this from the bottom. It's kind of, it's hard plastic. I'm afraid I'm going to break it, but so far, so good. But you've got to kind of lift that out. See, and then pull this, and his face is stuck in there, or the handlebars are stuck in there. And I'm going to go ahead and lift this up and get it out of the way, and then click that in. It doesn't click in very well. Try turn this around. I found out one way you put this down is more flush than the other for some reason. That just made me look like a severe liar, but I wasn't lying to you. And I don't even know I'm trying so hard at this point. We'll switch the other one around. You see one of them's got a line on it and one side doesn't. I guess the best thing to do is just make them the same aesthetically pleasing. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to get these guys in place. Now, after you rotate them in place, there are tabs. Can't focus in on anything. I want the light I need tab. Clicked in. This one doesn't click so much. Well, I'll light again. It does click. It clicked in there just fine. So it's in there. And then you got to rotate this helmet part. Just like that. You rotate it. I don't know how I can get this further out. My arms aren't long enough. Rotate that down, and you just kind of want to make sure you can get it all in there. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, try again. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just what we're dealing with here. And I see it's not working. So let me push this. See what I'm dealing with here? And it's in there for life. Or not. I'm going to keep trying. Give me a second. Try to do it on camera too. I mean, I figured, hey, it's in there. It's stuck. It's flush. Might as well leave it, but the problem is it's not all going in. That's what she said. Sorry. We were just watching The Office. Ah! It did fit. Okay, so we've got our motor scooter next to Optimus Prime's shin there. See, that's almost doable. That's might be okay, but really probably that all next Optimus Prime should be the way it is. This is MP10V. I really like this. Got a kickstand. Put up his kickstand. And let's get these guys out of here. You could put his trailer on him. You hook it up here. It's not all that hard, but it's going to take me like 10 minutes to get back off if I put it on. You get the idea here. I mean, let's put him next to Cup from Titan's Return. Scoot back, Optimus. Scoot back. So we got him. Cup. It's like half the size of the scooter. You know what I'm saying? You know, not really working for me here. Let's get him next to. He just doesn't scale with anything, guys. He just doesn't. You know, enjoy it because he's a fun figure. The smaller one doesn't really scale with much either. Maybe the oversized ones, maybe not. Let's get out your oversized cab now. If I can do some of this on camera. There's not much really of translucent stuff. What people are seeing in product shots on this, the way we thought it was going to be, it's all solid colors. He does have a nice workout bar thing here. I thought that was neat. I mean, everybody thinks it's neat, of course. but I love it. I'm going to get these guys out of the way. You can't really see the shots too well, so I'm just going to move them. I mean, the solid color version doesn't have the same. Oh, and these separate if you want them to. I just don't see a reason for it. Ugh. See what I'm saying? I just don't see a reason for it. These are all solid colors. These are not translucent like the product shots. There's no weird coloring down there. It's all nice clean grays and stuff. You get the same toolbox with the Wei Jiang Oversized as you do with the other. And drop those in there. I'm not going to put them in there right now. Put his little hand in there. It's his big little hand. I mean, just a cool Bay, you know? Not Michael Bay. Thank you, Michael Bay, for making us some crazy movies that are fun. But, the last one, not so great. But hey, good toys, fun. I really like scooters. I haven't owned a scooter transformer since GoBots. My first love of small transformers was GoBots. Just transformers turned out to be a lot better, and they're still around. So we've got Mr. Scooter here. Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else you want to see. So the scooter also has the translucent headlight, which I was afraid it wouldn't have. It looks just like the one with the poo stains rubbed all over it, except it doesn't have those. It's a good toy. I mean, they really knocked it out of the park. I've bought a lot of Wei Jiang stuff, and what's it called, with the Predaking Jianbao. I bought their stuff. I'm never 100% satisfied. There's always something broken when I get it, something I'm not happy with when it's received. And I've got to be honest, this is the first time I got something and it's just nearly dead flawless when I received it. I'm super happy. They shipped it super fast. It was $29.89 US dollars on eBay. I couldn't be happier with the price. You know, that's as much as they're charging for the regular sized one on Amazon. So, I mean, for especially a kid's toy, if you want to get something for your kids that, you know, they're not going to lose the parts to as easy, or, you know, they can really play with it. This is a toy. Oh, it's got, I know the other one's got the like the built-in rollers there, but this one's got 4 individual little clear translucent plastic wheels, which is super cool. And if you want, I'm just gonna transform my guy here one more time. Suppose if you don't want to see it, you don't have to, but I am going to transform it for you one more time, so you can see it if you want. So take that out. I'm not super good at this, so watch at your own risk. So I got that. Twist this around. Twist that around. Yeah, I don't even know it's on camera, off camera. Promise at some point I'll have to get better at this. If I want people to watch any of my videos. You know, remember, this is not on like a pin that pulls out. This is tabbed in on a hinge type piece of plastic. I'm trying not to snap anything. This is quite nice. I don't feel like ordering from China. I'm going to get lucky twice and get something that's near perfect, so I'll be super careful with it. I'm going to go ahead and put in his little hands now, so I can get my hand around the whole thing to push, because it is difficult when you can't do that. And you just got to hold by the little nub, because I have fat fingers anyway. hand. There we go. Almost want to watch the camera down here instead of... Okay. Now, this part, again, we'll fold up. The little steering wheel goes up in this compartment. So, yeah, it stays on. And the bottom part here will tab into a couple tabs down here. I think I've already got it. Yeah, it was fast. His weird looking tires. They're not super weird, but do I have that even turned right? I hope so. Anyway, push these up. You really don't need this on this one because he sits back far enough. And then you got his little peepers. His little peepers. You got his real eyeballs. You got his helmet. And you really can get it down over that a bit. And there you go. Articulation is pretty much what you kind of expect out of this. Both arms swivel at the shoulder. He's kind of got an elbow that flexes internally, externally. These of course can twist because you insert them yourself, and I don't see any point in worrying about that. And yeah, the elbow kind of goes in and out also, forward and backward. His tires absolutely roll. I don't think this is supposed to move as much as it does, but it's kind of, you know, you get what you get. I like that these kind of position me where, but I found that this tire on this side of him has to kind of stay in close to his body, because if it goes further out, he just dips down, whoop, and he looks broken down. But if you put it up close to him, it doesn't dip down like that. The other one kind of does the size. Now, just to get one more, his eyes are cute, I like them. To get one more turnabout here, he has good paint apps. I mean, he's just like the other one, except they didn't put poo all over him. I mean, who wouldn't be happy with a nice, solid colored version? If you want to smear something all over your toys, go for it. I just don't see the point. And of course, you can take this thing again and put it on his back if you want. Now, you kind of got to angle these back like that. And it's what you do is this part plugs in up there. That's all it really is. It's not like rocket science here. You're plugging a tab in. And try not to break anything while you're doing it. And then you have a menu battle stations. You could pull that hand out beforehand. And I really like this toy a lot. I would recommend buying it over. Well, I really want both. I'm glad I have this one. Super glad. I really like the eyes, but I also want the original release because it's going to be smaller. It'll scale better with some of the other stuff, and it'll be fun to have a dirty one. But if I had to choose out of the two, I would definitely get this one, especially if you want to play with it, because this is more of a toy. This is, you know, something in your hand. It's big. The things, because they're gray plastic instead of black plastic like these are, don't seem to aesthetically bother me as much that he has two sets of handlebars. It really doesn't pop out to me the way the ones from the original release does. It doesn't stand out as much, it seems. So let me get a couple toys back in here. So Oversized Bumblebee. Let me pull this back. Push these guys back. See all that. Sergeant cup. Put him right next to him. You see that size difference? You know, the problem is the original Hasbro release that I want to do the comparison for these two, but it's not going to be much smaller than this one, so it's not going to matter for your scale. This is that same mold transformed. The regular size Bumblebee there. Yep. Masterpiece Bumblebee. And that's the KO. I can't pay $70 for a genuine article. I can't do it. And this was really nice too. The only thing wrong with this is this pin that runs up at the bottom of the windshield. Has seemed to, whenever I got it out, this windshield is kind of cracked there. Like the pin almost broke it. And I didn't notice that until after I had already left feedback, but you know, it transforms fine, so I try not to complain too much. I really like it anyway, so I just wish that part didn't look like it was going to shear off one day. And oversized MPP-10. Optimus looks spectacular. I'm going to pull this way back here. But it doesn't even really scale with that. Hopefully the Hasbro version will actually scale with that a little bit better, but it is actually doubtful. So we shall see in the near future, whenever the price comes down and I can find it in the store possibly. Anyway, really glad you hung out with me. If you watched the whole video, congratulations, you can do it. I would have fallen asleep by now, I'm sure. So you guys are amazing. And anyway, this is me signing off, Wolverine X. Have a wonderful day.